want to start making Kumihimo bracelets or necklace or friendship bracelets or anything like that, then it couldn't be easier. It really is an easy hobby, and it's a great way to make extra cash as well if you're doing craft fairs or for charities and things like that. You don't need to spend out a lot of money to do it either. These are the Kumihimo boards, and they're really, really, really cheap. You can buy a bundle for next to nothing. I've got a large round one, a largest square one, and a small round one. The square one is really handy, and if it's the only one you buy, you can still do the round ones with it, but I do find it easier to use those. But you might as well buy a bundle of 3 or 4 of them. I'll link everything that I use today in the description below, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to set up for about £20. Now, the stuff that you actually weave with, I use mostly, is this satin cord. It's often called rat tail, and it comes in a variety of different colours. Now, I buy it on the roll like this because it is cheaper, and I make an awful lot of these. I give a lot of them away, I sell a lot of them, and I also donate some to charities as well. But if you don't want to be investing in large rolls and you just want to have a go at it, you can buy a bundle of different colours like this, and that'll be enough to get you started. I also use bobbins as well to put my thread on, which I'll show you in a minute. But if you don't want to invest in those, then you can do it without. I used to do it without for a long time, but they just make life a little bit easier. So in this video, what I'm going to do is show you 2 really easy patterns, but they're very effective and they look great. And you can make these patterns using any cord, even wool if you wanted to. So get yourself comfortable, get your Kumihimo board, and let's get started. I meant to say as well, you can get different thicknesses of this cord as well. As you can see, this one here, I've got this in rolls as well, is probably half the thickness of the larger rolls. And I like this. It gives a more delicate finish to your pieces if that's what you're looking for. But if you want to use just normal string, paracord, wool, anything, you can still use it on this. It's just these are the easier materials, and obviously they do some great colours as well. Look at that one, that's a full rainbow colour cord. So the first pattern I'm going to show you is a 2-colour one, and it's a spiral pattern, and you'll need 4 lengths of whatever cord you're using. Now I'm going to be using 2 of this yellow and 2 of this black, and you want them to be about the same length, and I've cut off probably about a yard or a metre of cord. And we're going to turn these 4 lengths into 8 lengths in a second. So all I need to do now is find the middle of those cords, like that, which is there, and then I'm going to tie a knot in this. So I've got something to get hold of. There we go, like that. Push it there so it's nice and tight, and now I've got 8 lengths. And it's easy to set your board up. Now I'll do this on the larger board for you to make it easier to see what I'm actually doing. So what you need to do is take your little loop knot like that and thread that through the middle there, and then you'll find your cords will kind of work their way around. Now I always start with the 32, the number 32, which is that little black dot there in front of me, like that. So I need this one to be set up like this. So I've got a strand either side the 32, which has got a dot, a strand either side the 16, which has got a dot, strand either side the 8, which has also got a dot, and a strand either side the 24. And I want to try and get my knot in the middle. Now, one of the things that you need to do as well, and this all comes with a little bit of practice, you don't need much practice, is to hold on here from underneath and keep an even tension. Now, some people use a weight, a proper Kumihimo weight, on the underneath there, hook it through there, and they work like that. But I've never been able to find a nice easy rhythm using the weight. I like to use my hands and hold the pressure, and the longer the cord gets as well, the easier it is to use and hold. Now this couldn't be easier. This is the really easy one, but I tell you, I love this weave, and it is a very popular one. So you've got a bit of tension on all your cords, they're not loose, you're holding that bit, and all you do is from underneath, you go and you take the cord that's on the right hand side there of the number 32, and you put it to the right hand side of the number 16, so from top to bottom. Then you take this one here, which is the bottom left hand side, and you put it to the left hand side, and now you should be either side of that dot like that going across, and then you just turn your disc one turn, still holding that knot. So you just turn it around. So now you're at the 8, and you bring that one there to the right hand side at the bottom, that one there to the left hand side of the bottom. Again, you're either side of those dots. Quarter turn to the right, and then to the left, quarter turn, and you'll be surprised how quickly this grows. Quarter turn, like that. Now, if I want to stop and have a cup of tea or something, or go and do something else, how I keep track of where I am is I will bring the top one down and put it to the right, and then I won't bring that one up, and I always finish there. So I know that if I put this down, I pick it up, I think, right, that one's there. So that I'm working back up to the top, because I always need to work up to the top. So I can go there and then just do my turn. There we go. Really, really easy. And you'll be so surprised how quickly this builds up. And it will line up again with the dots, but you don't have to worry about that now once you've started, because all you're doing is going around until you've got the length that you want, or all your cords used up. Remember, it's always a quarter turn for this pattern, and it's always right to right bottom, left to left top. So we'll take from the top, right to right, left to left, quarter turn. And now they've all lined up with their dots again. Right to right, left to left, quarter turn. Right to right, left to left, quarter turn. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like. So because I'm going to disrupt what I'm doing here, what I've done is I've put that one down to the right. So let's turn it over, and look, that is already starting to get a great little twist on it. I can turn it back over. I know that that's the bottom of my disc. Even if I drop my disc, I can pick that up at any time and think, right, where am I? Right, let's just tidy those cords up. That's the bottom because it's got 3. That's the top, so I can put that one to there. You can get really quick at this. I mean, I sit and watch telly when I need some, and I do this, and I get really, really quick at it. Always trying to keep an even as possible tension on your knot. Sometimes I pull a bit too tight, but if I do, then I just loosen it up a little bit. And always remember, it's just a quarter turn. This is such, again, another really therapeutic craft. And people love them as well. And look how quickly that has grown. So I'm going to finish this one off. Then I'm going to show you how I take it off the loom. And then we'll go on to the next pattern. I've got that to the length I want it to be now. I could go a little bit further, but I don't need to. So what I'm going to do is hold that tight at the bottom there, like that. And then just pull off my threads off my board, and then pull that through. And then I'll swap hands, and I've got my thread. Now, I don't want this to unspoil or unweave or come out. So all I'm going to do is put a knot in the bottom there, as close to where that finished off as I possibly can. There we go. So that's like that. And how pretty is that? I think that has come out so pretty, that thread. So we'll put that to one side, ready for finishing that off. That is not gonna come out of pattern now or anything. That is gonna stay in that pattern because we've tied that off nicely. For this pattern, what we're gonna be using is the square Kumihimo board, and we're going to need 20 cords. Now, as a rule of thumb, if you wrap your cord around your wrist 3 times and add a little bit to it, probably about that much, then that should be big enough for a bracelet. But I'm going to do a little bit extra this time as well, because it makes it easier for me to show you the pattern. So what you're going to need is 8 cords of one colour, and then another 4 cords of that same colour, but you want to make those a little bit longer. I've made them about, I'll show you, I'll show you exactly how much longer I've made, because you're going to use these ones up a little bit quicker. So my normal cords are finishing there, and I've got probably about 8 inches extra on the end of that colour. And there's only 4 of those. 4 long, 8 of the size that you want, and then another 8 of a different colour. You can use whatever colours you want. Black and white looks great with this, but I like these colours. Don't know what they are, but I like them. And it's really easy for this one as well to set up your board. But what I would suggest is, so you don't get your 4 longer cords mixed up with your shorter cords of the same colour, put a little knot in the end, like that, of your longer cords before you tie them all together. And then it's easy to identify which ones are which. Now you can just tie all your cords together, and this is only going to be a temporary knot, so it doesn't matter how it looks, but I try and line up all my ends as best as I can for this, ready to tie this up. So there's all my cords of one colour, and then I've got my 8 other cords as well. Now this is a little bit more, well, it's not more complicated, it just takes a little bit longer to work out your board on this one. But if you follow exactly how I do it, then you can't go wrong. Then all I'm going to do is tie those cords like this into a knot at the end here. Making sure I've got all the cords in, pulling that knot nice and tight, and then I can feed that through that board like that. And I still know which are my 4 longer cords, and they're the ones you want to deal with to start with. So let's get those out the way. So let's undo that knot, and it will undo really easily if you've not done it so tight that you can't move it. We'll keep those in a little bundle like that, and we'll separate them from all the other cords, because these have got to go in a particular place, and you don't want to get them mixed up, because if you do, then it's not going to work out as well as you want it to work out. So your long cords you want to have either side in the middle of the side of the board. Now you will find that these cords do kind of tend to want to find their own place to go, but that's not a problem at all, because you can move them about. Like under there's a couple of cords that really don't want to be there. They want to be up here. I can just pull them under those 2 cords, and that separates them out a little bit easier. But as long as we've got our longer cords either side of that board, then we're happy. And now we need to set up the rest of our colours. So I'm going to bring them all down to the bottom. So we now want to take 4 of our shorter cords, whichever 4 work out the best to go up there. Like that. You want to put them, as you're looking at the board, the same colour as you've put either side. You want to put these at the very end of this board. So I've got there number 10, number 9, number 8, and number 7. So that's 4 cords there. And then the same for your other coloured ones. So in this case, it's this colour. I'm going to put 1 there in number 1, 1 in number 2, 1 in number 3, and 1 in number 4. So 5 and 6, I've got no cord in them at all. And now the other side, the bottom of the board, you want to work in opposites. So you've got that colour there, pink, I believe, there. So opposite that, you want to have 4 pink. There, like that. And then the same for this 4 cords as well. See which way they want to fall. You want to put those opposite. And that's our board all set up. Now, if you want to, you could use a bobbins for this. And using bobbins is really easily. The only thing is, they do make a noise. They clatter together when you're watching telly. It's going to really irritate your partner. But when you've got long cords like that, you can use them. And you just roll them around like that. And then that gives you something to hold on to. But I'm not going to do that today here, because I'm in my studio. I don't need to, but it can make life easier. But they're not one of the things that you need to go and spend out money on if you don't need to. So we've now got our board set up like that. So our colours are going opposite each other. Our 4 longer cords are either side in the middle. And now we're ready to weave. Again, you can hold that knot underneath, and you want to keep a tension with that knot there while you're weaving. So now we've got all our cords all nicely separated. We know we've got the right cords in the right places. We do need a gap at the end of here for each one of those. So where we had those 2 gaps there, remember I said all you need to do now is move your cords over. Now we've got them all sorted out. So there is in fact no gaps in the middle at either end, but there is only gaps on the end, because it's those gaps that we need to weave into. Now I learnt this from a lady called CSL Designs on YouTube, and she does some really wonderful videos. So this pattern I learnt from her. So now we're ready to weave. This is a simple pattern, but you need to concentrate to start with. And as soon as you start to get the muscle memory and into the rhythm of it, you'll be absolutely fine. Honestly, I promise you. So you want to start here from the left-hand side. We work along the row, the full row. So we take that one on the far left, and we're going to put that in the space that we've got there in the bottom. Then we take the bottom one, and we're putting that in the space we've got there. Then we're taking the top one and replacing it there like that. Then we're replacing it there like that. Then again, we're replacing it, placing it, placing it. And then we're replacing it there like that. So now we've got all the same colours up there. But now we need to work on these last 4. So we'll bring that one down here like that. And we'll bring that one up there like that. So again, all we're doing is swapping the position of these chords over like this. Putting that in the space that we had left. That in the space that we had left there. And now we've got all our chords have swapped over, but they're still diagonal to each other. And now I'm going to move these over a little bit like that, and they're all lined up again. And now what we need to do is we need to work with these 2 longer ones, because that is what's going to really lock this whole pattern in place. So with these ones, all you need to do is you take the top one, and these are the longer chords, and you put that beside there on the top. You take the bottom one and you put that one there on the bottom, and then you take the middle one, the top one out of the middle 2 chords, and bring it over the bottom one of the middle 2 chords and bring that over, and then you move your chords back into place. So now we've got that locked in, we've got everything where we need it, and we can just repeat that again. So we're all nicely lined up and we just repeat. So we take the furthest one around here, this one here, we bring that to that notch there. We then bring that one up, put that in its space. Bring that one down, put that one in that one space. That one in that one space. Down into that one space. Down in that one space. And there into there. So we've got those now have swapped places again. We then bring that one up. Then we bring that one down. That one up into that space. That one down into that one space. That one up there like that. Down. Up. Okay, so again, we've swapped them over. And now we do the same again with these middle ones. We take the top one and put that onto top that side. We take the bottom one, put that onto the bottom that side. And then these middle 2 here, we then bring over and put on the other side like that. We bring these 2 chords back to the middle, keeping an even tension on it. And then we're back to where we started from again. So now we've got everything where we started from again. We just keep repeating until we get to the length we want. One of the tips for this one is, though, make sure these middle 2 chords are nice and firm and tight here, because you don't want this becoming loose. So again, we can just work. See, I told you how easy it is. It's literally just a case of replacing each chord with the one that you've just removed and putting it beside it. Back up there, there, there. And pause this video if you need to. It's not a problem. And replay it or put it on slow if you need to. Because honestly, as soon as you've done probably 2 weaves, you will have locked that muscle memory in and you'll be well away. And it is a bit fiddling about where you've got to realign your chords, but it's not too bad. Honestly, you just become in the end so used to it that you just do it. Put those in the middle, make sure they're nice and pulled taut, and that is fine like that. And we'll move these ones over so we've got a space. It's normally only the bottom ones that you have to keep moving over, because your top ones you're fine because you've already got a space from working in it. So I'll keep weaving this out and then I'll show you what it looks like. So that's finished now, and as you can see, that has come out really well. And all we've got to do now is take that off again. Now, we just do it the same way. I did this really quickly because as soon as you get started and you know that you've just got to move one and replace it with another, then you really do start to pick up speed on it. So we'll take those off like that, and then we will take these longer ones. And you don't need to have as much spare as I've got here. I've just done this for the ease of showing you how to do these patterns, that's all. And then we want to tie that in a little knot there, and that's not going to come undone. So in this video, what I've done is I've shown you the 2 of the really easy Kumihimo weaves. And in the next video that I've got coming out soon, I'm going to do 2 intermediate weaves that aren't difficult, but just give you that extra bit of wow. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Easy to follow along to, I hope. Just pause the video whenever you need to or rewind and you'll be good to go. Just follow the steps and you can make amazing, very pretty Kumihimo bracelets. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your crafting. Take care. Bye.